Hope in Boyle Heights, a city full of beauty, individuals with perseverance, and a community paying it forward. Today on Vista LA, Hope in Boyle Heights. Family gives back and a neighborhood unites. Welcome to Vista LA. I'm Jovana, Lara.
And I'm Danny Romero. Today, Vista LA brings you a special program. A program of hope about a community that's often misunderstood and sometimes feared by outsiders. It's a neighborhood of East Los Angeles called Boyle Heights.
Recently, a cable news channel aired a special called Homicide in Hollenbeck. It depicted Hollenbeck, a community within Boyle Heights, as one of the most dangerous areas in the nation.
Today, we're going to highlight a different side of Boyle Heights, one that is positive, inspiring, and reveals a community that's full of pride. That's why this special is called Hope in Boyle Heights.
And Danny, we begin here at the famous Plaza de Mariachis and the future home of the Boyle Heights MTA station. ABC 7 Listens held a community forum in Boyle Heights for residents to express their concerns.
There is so much good in this community. It would be nice to go to a Boyle Heights neighborhood council, the largest in the city, and see how great all these people coming together and what they're doing for the sake of their community.
What's right, we always say what's wrong. What's wrong, and that's where a lot of the press goes to. Oh, this happened in the streets of East Los. This happens in the streets of East Los. But what about the kids that go to school every day? What about the kids that come home every day? What about the mothers that get up and go to, and the fathers that get up and go to work every day? And a beautiful center like Hollenbeck, man, I come here every year, and every year there's always a story of progress.
And when we return to our special Hope in Boyle Heights, a bicultural family takes us back to a younger Boyle Heights. Welcome back to our Vista LA special on Boyle Heights, a community that over the years has become a prominent Latino hub east of Los Angeles. We now meet a family whose roots reflect its rich and diverse history, as well as a passion for improving their neighborhood. We first met Nadine Diaz at our ABC Listens community meeting in Boyle Heights a few months ago.
I believe, why move out of Boyle Heights when we can improve Boyle Heights?
Nadine's family has lived in Boyle Heights since her grandparents settled in the area in 1913.
I come from a bicultural family. My father is Mexican-American, my mom is Japanese-American, and my paternal grandparents came from Mexico during the early 1900s. My mom's family was here before the Japanese Americans were interned during the 40s. Later on, after the government let the Japanese Americans out of the camps, they reunited back here in Boyle Heights.
As the first suburb in Los Angeles, Boyle Heights has been a port of entry for many immigrants from different cultures. The Diaz family is a product of this early melting pot.
My parents met at Roosevelt High School during the 50s, and during that time, Boyle Heights was reflective of a lot of cultures, such as Jewish Americans, Japanese Americans, Mexican Americans. And my dad had asked my mom out on a date. She was somewhat shy. She never responded, so my dad didn't think that my mom liked him. Eventually, my mom did commit to dating him.
They were high school sweethearts. My mom's from a pretty strict Japanese family who was also raised in East LA. And my dad, he's Mexican, a typical Mexican family. They got married young. My mom supported him while my dad was going to school. So it's pretty remarkable.
Dimitri Diaz is a scientist at USC's Keck School of Medicine, following in his father's medical footsteps.
He went to school in Roosevelt, and from there he went into pharmacy school at USC, where he interned at Romero's pharmacy. From there he applied to medical school and did his residency in anesthesiology. And he started his practice around, actually when I was born. It's weird because in Japan, people thought I was 100% Japanese. They talk to me as if I spoke language, and I know a little bit, but they're totally surprised that I am part Mexican.
The youngest of the Diaz siblings, Gavin, now lives in Japan, where he teaches English and expresses his bicultural upbringing through his paintings.
I think, yeah, the cross cultures definitely influences our behavior, just like my brother's artistic insight.
Nadine, the eldest of the Diaz siblings, has remained committed to improving the community that so many of her ancestors have called home.
Now, I wanted to address you. Why is there a jail ward
in our community? Is it because we live in a community that is low income?
Nadine dedicates a significant amount of time to serving on boards and committees addressing local concerns, such as the Evergreen Jogging Path Coalition, which brought a much-needed jogging path to the Boyle Heights area. She currently serves as chair on the local assembly district's California State Central Committee.
I've been involved for the past 2 or 3 years, and what we do as a committee is to register people to vote, to get involved in civic activity and become part of the process, so that they're connected.
And that connection has become progressively linked to Boyle Heights' cultural pride.
What makes Boyle Heights so unique is that it's very family oriented. And here in the community, we tend to watch over each other, being proud of our culture, Mexican-American culture, the Mexican culture, Latino culture, Chicano culture. There's a sense of pride because we are very connected to our history and where we come from.